The number one problem I encounter more often than not on everybody's song that they send me when I'm mastering it. So, in other words, they've made the mix and they're sending me the track all put together, no stems. When I get that track, the biggest problem most of the time is that there's way too much bass, way too much low end. I'm talking 80 hertz and below, usually around the 40, 50, 60, wherever like the subs, the 808 in the song lives, that sort of thing. Around 40 starts to be nuts, 60 nuts, 80 crazy. This shit's crazy. If you put so much low end into the track, you can't get the rest of the track to ever sound good because the low end is just going to occupy way too much of the sound stage. You got to balance that shit, and the life of your track is really in the mid-range. So you wonder why your song isn't that loud. It's most likely because you've got way too much bass in the song. You can't just make everything as loud as possible, especially the low end. Look at something like a PAZ analyzer. It's free, I think, with Pro Tools. You need like some sort of spectrum analyzer to look at what it sounds like, because if your room's all screwed up, you're going to keep making the bass louder because it doesn't sound like there's enough bass in the room. But guess what? There's too much bass. When you go anywhere else in the world, it's going to be way too loud. Bass is blowing everything up. No good. The low end should not be blowing everything up. It's got to be balanced, or your whole track won't sound good. The vocals won't sound good. The high end won't sound good. Nothing's going to sound good. So if you want everything to be as good and loud as possible, start looking at what songs look like that are good, professionally done songs on a graph. Look at what they look like. And then put yours on and look at what it looks like. Compare the two. Most importantly, level match first before you start doing comparisons. Make sure the level is as close as you can from one track to the next before you do your comparisons. That will help you a lot with your comparisons. All right?